All right, so we're back with this Mac once again, and so I mentioned it was going to be, challenging. The lighting right here is terrible, but whatever. Sorry for the glares. I'm going to be moving the camera a little bit. So we have a bend in the frame on this side. Let me see if I can bring that around, so that you can see. I don't know if it's gonna show up well here. Let me see if I can get the camera to, no? Alright, I'll pick up the camera. Alright, so we have this, oh boy, don't mind the mess. There we go. Bend in the frame. Okay, and I'm worried that pulling this apart, we may actually, there's a possibility of breaking this glass, and this glass it's almost $1,000. So, for the sake of saving the client, come on, camera. For the sake of saving the client, potential expense, I did a couple of things. Now, normally, we like to do a proper repair, okay? And by that, I mean, we would actually order this entire back frame, and of course, also there's a hard drive issue. So internally, there's an issue with the hard drive. So I came up with a couple of different solutions for everything involved here. One, this computer will actually allow us to put a boot drive on an external device. So we got this solid state drive. I'm gonna mount it on the back frame. I 3D printed a mount for it, a little caddy. So this will go right in, and I have some very strong adhesive tape. We're going to stick that on the back. The other thing is that the hinge spring, the clutch on the hinge does not work. So again, with disassembling this, we could potentially break the glass. The fix for that is actually replacing the plastic clips, and there's metal that we can actually get a metal piece to fix it. But since we're not going to open this up, it is a bit of an older machine. We're saving the client about $1,000, or approximately, by doing it this way. Again, with the 3D printer, I made this prop. Okay, so it's gonna cradle the back of the screen, and then we have locking nuts to actually go on. The power cable will slide right through, and I'll show you. We'll actually put this together right now. Pretty cool, huh? So that goes like that. How do I get the inner nut on? I guess take the power cable out. So this is how we'll do it. Take the power cable out. We'll thread this one on first. And it is a little bit of a pain to get the thread started, just because of the way it was on the 3D printer. the base, the first layer, we had to establish the first layer, and basically the way that the threads start, that first layer is not the friendliest. Okay, so put that through here. Thread this on. And again, it's a little bit of a pain to get it started. And it's actually more difficult now that it's in here. However, once it's on, the threads line up perfectly, and it's not that difficult to adjust. Perfect. It was a little difficult to get on there, but we got it. Okay, and I know this is a little odd. I'll be honest, quite an odd thing to see, and it's actually not something that I would want to recommend. Although it's very sturdy, of course, I would much rather do the more appropriate fix, replace this back panel, back housing, get the right equipment, and restore it back to its original functionality. However, with the costs of everything involved in this being an older system, this is kind of the give a little to get a little. And that's it. So I put the power cable through. A little bit more difficult to align, but that's no big deal. And then this, we're gonna mount right here, completely out of sight. So when the client is using their system, it will be no different. Now I've already copied the contents of the hard drive onto this and disabled the drive so that it will not boot to the internal drive. But that's it. It's all set. I'll plug in this drive now. I'm gonna mount it off camera and get it prepared to send home. But I'll plug in this drive now just to show that it does start up. I'm not gonna let it get to the login screen. Because we don't want to necessarily have our client's information posted publicly. However, I will at least let you see that it is loading and that the drive has activity. Oh, I have to plug it in. Plugging it in always helps. All right, so we have the blue light, and you'll see it flash as this starts to load. There we go. it's loading the operating system. So interesting fix to a unfortunate situation, but we got it going for him. All right, thanks for watching.